Welcome, everybody, to Fade to Obsidian, your Red Rising podcast about spaceships, relationships, and so much death as we cover all the deaths of Red Rising. Especially Morningstar, we've discovered, has, I think, more than any other book. My name is Skipper, joined as always by Crescent, and visiting... Welcome back to voice actress Mustang herself, Jenna Sharpe, aka Siren. Welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back. It's been a hot
minute. Yeah. We're excited to have you back. This is everyone's spoiler warning that we are, of course, talking about Morningstar, but we will be talking about the influences it has all the way to Lightbringer. If there is any, we can discuss that after. But we're today talking about Mustang's brother, twin brother, the Jackal, which is a very interesting character. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've done no preparation for this, by the way. So
that's great.
I'm just relying on Crescent knowing.
Perfect.
Filling in the gaps.
That's what we're here for.
That's
the Crescent
not
vault.
Uncommon.
I finished re-listening to his death about an hour ago. As I went, oh yeah, I should probably... Well, I ended up doing all of Morningstar, because once you get to there, it's like, 2 more chapters, and then you get your nice little ending. But yeah, I'm sure we will have some good conversation either way. Before we jump in... What are we drinking this evening or this afternoon? Anything tasty?
Nothing as interesting as you guys. I'm on my usual squash.
Nice.
Summer berries squash.
Gotta hydrate.
Okay. It's hot.
Listen, that's actually more interesting than me. I just have water today.
So
I'm just on the water kick. It was Beer Fest yesterday, so I'm taking it easy. Carson, what are you repping at noon?
Okay, I have a slightly more interesting Great Western Radler.
Ooh, all right.
So it is nice and light. It's beer and grapefruit juice mixed.
Ew. That sounds horrible.
It's not. It's really good.
It's so good.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it depends if you like grapefruit juice or not.
Or beer.
Also true.
Nice. I like it. Well, let's jump in on, I think, the worst villain, other than Harmony. Harmony we have some feelings about, but other than Harmony, I am going to propose that the Jackal is the true villain, especially of the first series, of the first 3 books.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, our introduction to him is that he's eating people. We get we'll start from the beginning with our fun, because we don't discover he's Mustang's twin until the very end of the book of Red Rising. So what's everyone's, I feel like I know the answer to this, everyone's first thoughts on the villain, if you can think, or on the Jackal, if you can think back that far when you first read Red Rising?
You go first.
I thought he's so creepy. I just love the scene where Darrow and Adrius actually meet as themselves rather than Lucian meeting Darrow, where he's pinned to the table and he's just dead calm, even though he's got a knife through his hand. Like, what a fucking weirdo.
Such a little sociopath.
Yeah.
Or a psychopath. I don't know the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath.
Probably both, frankly.
Yeah, ticks all the boxes, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that one. Like, we get all the backstory before we meet him, which is fun. Like, we're learning about what House Pluto did, and we don't see him yet. And the reveal, yeah, you're like, this is exactly who I thought it would be. That just can straight face. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like as well, he's not very physically imposing, is he? As described. So you'd never think that they would follow, because they're Aurits. You'd think they'd go for the Chad of the House Pluto would be the leader, like the big burly guy, or the alpha. But he's not those things, and yet he somehow won their respect.
Yeah, I guess talking.
It's probably because he's piss in your boots scary.
Yes, otherwise he will kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even today, because you kind of hear the story at the end of Morningstar of what happened in those mines, where he's talking about like the first girl they kill to survive, and they're like, somebody has to be a sacrifice, and just his like mental way of thinking that, and like, yes, we've all, heard stories or read Lord of the Flies where it's like at some point this is what happens is you might have to resort to eating somebody if you're deserted. But just the way he describes it of like, it's not like she was already hurt or something. It was just like, no, you are a sacrifice for the rest of us. Like he just has no true connection to this person.
Yeah, they didn't even draw lots or anything. It was just just you're the unlucky
well,
one.
and even like later, I think it's in Golden Sun. Mustang literally says that people are just meat to him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And how he treats everyone to just get his way. His killing of his older brother, whose name escapes me right now. Claudius. Just because he's kind of like jealous of him. And talks to Mustang of, you weren't there. You said you were always going to be there, but then you'd go hang out with Claudius. And, like, all of this treatment of other people.
Who?
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Daddy didn't love me. Daddy didn't love me either. I didn't turn out like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's always the thing is when they're having that discussion of Mustang pleading with him of like, you were loved, like mother loved you. Well, why did she leave? And then, I loved you. No, you went off with Claudius. And it's like, oh, so you just need to be the center of everybody's world, which is probably why he keeps Lilith around and nobody else. Like Antonia ends up, in his shit books because it's like, oh no, she's somewhat deviated, but Lilith is his only true one. And I don't think he actually truly likes her. He just knows that she's so loyal. Yeah.
I kind of forget that she's still alive as well. Like, everyone talks about Lysander and how we want to see that epic death of Lysander, but I want to see Lilith. She killed my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be raw for you right now after having just released all of Dark Age.
Yeah, I hate that bit.
Yeah.
Fair.
I just love, though, that how, like, instead of yelling out, Telmarnus, he yells out, Lionheart.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Lilith is something else, but shows the only kind of people that the Jackal can keep around are those that, I don't know, just as twisted as he is.
Useful to him and also puts him higher than themselves.
Yeah. Because he's able to spot the evil and bad traits in other people, just not in himself, apparently. Or maybe he is and he just doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's more likely, is he knows exactly what he's doing and doesn't care.
Yeah. But has the ability to kind of talk his way through and negotiate with everyone, which is always, like, he's the true Politico, which I like. It's funny because I totally forgot of Darrow cutting out his tongue to be like, no, like, your words are done. This needs to end, because he can just talk his way through everything. Because he doesn't, as we said, he's not a, like, brute strength. It's just the way he can talk and his logic mind of, okay, how can I get myself into position, which is interesting.
For a large part of Morningstar, you actually think he might be on Darrow's side and might have turned over a new leaf. And
Over Golden Sun. Yeah.
Or was it Golden Sun? Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Sun.
Yeah, because Morningstar, he's got him in the box to start with. And
Yeah. Golden Sun,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's like, it's very much like lulling everybody into a false sense of security. It's like, oh yeah, no, we're past that. I didn't need this hand. Like,
yeah.
Well, nobody really. You can lose an appendage in the Red Rising universe. Pretty, it doesn't seem to
affect anybody. No.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that most people get them already attached. But am I correct that the Jackal doesn't? And it's like his.
That is correct. Yeah. Because
he leads without the
even
hand.
even in his final scene where he's pinned to the ground by a razor through his good hand or good wrist, he's trying to reach the top of the razor with his stump, and he can't hit the toggle because he can't reach it without the added hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that he has that thought process, but it makes sense of, you know, I think we said he knows that he's not the perfect Gold in terms of stature and all that. It's all his words and using leverage, and that alone shows of like, oh, I took this, like Darrow gave me this, Darrow took my hand. He can kind of use that as this, like, oh, this is how evil he is, like, and paint that picture of Darrow. Meanwhile, it's like, you did it for a reason, and then you instantly killed Pax. Like, that's poor Pax.
Yeah, actually, you cut your own hand off.
That's true, yeah. But at a necessity.
Well, I mean, he could have just lost the game.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep. No, that wasn't an option for him. I don't think failure has ever really been an option for him. And that's where he pushes.
It's just been a reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I still really want there to be some kind of redemption for the Abominadrius, though.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about that later anyway.
Yeah, well, we'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll definitely get into all of that in a moment. But anything else we have huge to say about his life? What him and thoughts on him and Mustang as the twins? We've already kind of deflected, but it's always interesting to me that they're twins, and then we get the Cassius Julian twins who clearly love each other, who clearly were best friends, and then Mustang loves her brother. Like, I think that's one of the very interesting things is we see her struggle with some parts of wanting her brother back, but knowing how evil he truly was, and like, but yeah, thoughts on that?
I was never quite sure at what point they were, at what age they were raised separately and how much time they had together as kids. But yeah, no, she loved him, kind of enjoyed the little puzzles.
Yeah.
Kind of felt sorry for him when he had those little tantrums when she solved them. Yeah, it's just like what could have been, or was he always, because my degrees are in psychology, and in psychology they love twins. They love doing twin studies because it's a great way of doing the nature nurture debate.
Yeah.
You know? But it seemed to me like Adrius was already showing signs of being quite a little weirdo even before they were separated and before Mustang had the influences of the Dalmanuses. But I could be wrong. I don't know at what point she was, because she was sent there for summers and stuff, wasn't she, with the Dalmanuses? But I don't know if that was before or after they were raised separately. So it's never really.
I believe they were separated after Claudius died, and she wasn't sent away for summers. She was just sent to live with them.
To live with them, yeah.
Yeah. So they essentially just became her family after, I don't know, probably 10-ish years of age.
But if that's after Claudius's death, then we know that Adrius is already twisted, right? Enough to kill the older brother, and the jealousy there and all that. Like,
so because everyone says, oh, that's the difference, it's the Telmanus influence that is why I didn't turn out like him, but it sounds like it was always
that way.
It was always a bit messed up. I would love to read like a side story of like the adventures of young Mustang with young Daxo and young Pax and Thraxa. It's sort of made me think, do you know, like, well, Skipper, you will because you work in a bookshop, but like the Enid Blyton, like famous five and Secret Seven, but with Sophocles instead of the dog. That'd be like great. The Adventures of the Secret Five or whatever.
That'd be so cute. And they have that, like, I don't know, I feel like Kavix would have made their lives just magical in all of his little ways. Right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
whatever games they're playing, I'm sure like fully came to life, right? They're not just playing pretend. They've got dad over here in the corner is like, no, we can make these things happen somehow.
Yeah. No expense.
We have the carvers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, Daddy, I want a unicorn. Okay.
Yeah.
You got it, boss.
Seriously. Can I ride a Pegasus? Great. That would be amazing. I love that.
Oh, and she eventually does.
Does she? When?
The symbol of Andromeda is a Pegasus.
Oh. You're
There we go.
5 steps ahead of us, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what scene am I missing? Those scenes. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I like that. But yeah, it's very interesting of how the two of them turned out, and I mean, but at the same time, very much Politico can talk their way, like their words for both Mustang and the Jackal. The words are their strongest.
Yeah. They're probably more alike than she would probably like to admit, maybe.
Yeah. I think they're both like their father more than either of them would like to admit.
Yeah. Well, and even in Dark Age, she thinks about how Holiday is like the little angel on her shoulder. It's like if she knew how much she restrains my darker urges, she would.
Yeah, and the fear of that her father's blood runs through her veins. I've forgotten the the coldness of my father's blood runs through my veins or something.
Yeah, she's always worried about turning into her father.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah,
and I think there must. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Might be a tiny little delay on my end. I was just gonna say as well, like, I forget Crescent again. We'll know. So, Adrius and I are the kids of Nero's second wife, right? The first one.
No, the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, all of his kids are from his first wife.
I thought the first one died with the head in the box.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Second is the one who actually made it through the wet.
Yeah, his first real wife.
Yes.
Yeah. And
whose name we don't know at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And isn't the current wife still alive, as far as we know?
We think so.
Yeah, she's basically never spoken about after.
Wouldn't it be great if her and Julia Albelona have like some kind of bitch fight? It'd be great. The matriarchs of the last few remaining houses.
Yeah. At some point we were discussing how there's got to be a like Real Housewives of the like society or whatever where it's all of the Julia whatever third wife's name is, they're all calling each other and with their like giant glasses of wine and having all their little dramas behind the scenes. Yeah.
I'd watch that show. But yeah, I went off on a tangent there, but I was thinking like how much does Mustang maybe resemble the wife in terms of her appearance, and that's why Nero doesn't want to have her around. Like, it's too much of a. But then that's implying that Nero actually genuinely really loved her. I don't know. Is he capable of that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's implied that he did because Mustang talks about how he changed after she died.
Yeah. But
that and Claudius and yeah.
Clearly not enough though to actually keep her alive, because isn't it assumed that she kills herself? So Nero couldn't have been that nice of a
she definitely kills herself, I think.
Yeah. It's implied she jumps off a cliff.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but Nero is in denial and he won't
that too, but also if somebody is determined enough, like
that's true.
Pretty difficult to stop them.
Yep. Yep. That's a good point.
And she lost Mustang's sister, so that was another reason why
that's right.
lost. Well, could have been saved. but for the purity of the product,
right?
Nero let her sister die in her mother's womb.
Yeah.
What a tool!
What a tool! Well, and that probably also feeds into the Jackal and Mustang of even that thought of, oh, our dad just needs the, like, as you say, that purity of like them, of all the siblings, that you've allowed this to occur. And we know that didn't the Jackal, they did the traditional like leaving them out to see whether or not they survive, and they're like, they didn't even call for
an exposure.
Yeah. And it's like, this is crazy that that's what they're growing up with, is their dad of just, we will be the ultimate, we will have this, like, that's just crazy to have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I mean, for all their privileges and genetic advantages, it does seem like life as a gold is not sunshine and rainbows. Like, it seems like a lot of the gold children end up being abused in some way. Like even Lysander, I can have the tiniest bit of sympathy for him, because it does seem like he was, groomed and abused as a child. Probably the best dad apart from Cavax out of Mars is Tiberius. Cassius's father. He seems to be like the only decent dad apart from Cavax.
Yeah, I always think that like Cassius seemed to have an okay raising, which is where, like, for the most part, we know Carnus is a mess, but at least Cassius and Julian seem to be okay people. Like, Julian especially is this, too good for this world, but Cassius upholds his honor and upholds all these good things, and it's why, like, his loyalty can guide him through. And so my cat is attacking something just directly next to me, sorry. So yeah, they can guide them way through, and that's, I think, entirely because of the parents versus I don't know what, like, Mustang is just lucky, I think, that she didn't get all the genes from her father essentially and end up in the same way that he did.
Yeah. For sure. Nothing to add. I agree.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so we talked a lot about his, life and what kind of makes him evil, and then we get into his death. Is, as I mentioned earlier, with the cutting out of the tongue and how everything goes down. It feels very fitting. I won't lie, though, I kind of forgot how and when it happened until I was re-listening to it this week, and I was like, oh, yeah. Like, it was funny, even when we were putting the episodes in order, and I was like, okay, so Adrius dies, right? And then Octavia and Asha, and they're like, no, not at all. He's at the very end. Yeah, we find out he was manipulating, well, I guess holding the whole planet hostage, which is a very interesting,
very Adrius thing to do.
Yeah.
Millions of lives he just nukes.
Yeah, just on a whim. Oh.
Yeah, like,
he's
off again.
Yeah.
Wow, we talk about.
Yeah. What are you working on now? Anything you can talk about?
Well, I'm working on Lightbringer. So I've got I've done the dialogue for part 1.
Ooh.
Part 1 covers us up to, well, I can only speak for my bits. Up to we see that Lysander's in the Morning Star.
Yep.
And he's going to crash it into the shield, and a little bit after that, and then that's my part 1 stuff finished. But I haven't done the narration aspect yet, so which takes longer. But I do that in my own time, so I don't need to be have Dave in my ear for that.
Cool.
Directing me. So yeah, I've got that to do. I put it off a bit because of the hot weather.
Yeah.
It's just as hot, so
Yeah.
I don't think it makes a difference.
Nice.
But yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. This should be a fun. Well, I guess Dark Age was probably also emotionally hard.
Yeah.
And we'll talk Day of Red Doves after.
Yeah.
But I feel like Lightbringer, you get all the like action, right? Like she's truly in battle, going through all of that. Is that part 1 or part 2? Like, have you done that part where she's like navigating? She's in her like. I love that scene where she's in her little like crown. Control room. Yeah.
Yes, that's most of part 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, let's just turn this off because it's actually too cold now.
Oh.
Gosh, complaining that. Let's put that on. Let's do fan. No, not that. There we go. Read. That's better. Yeah. So we're in the. I don't know, the sphere. We've got the I've got the crown on, and I'm giving my battle directions, and right up to the point where Holiday says we have to evacuate, and that's the end of part 1 for Mustang.
Yeah, that's just so cool. I love it.
But there's a nice scene with Cavax and Pax, where we visit Pax at the.
Oh, that's right.
At the Blue Academy, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Academy.
Yeah. And that's quite. But yeah, that's all we hear about from Pax in the whole of Lightbringer.
Yeah, like barely see
and nothing of Adrius as well. Nothing.
No.
Or a little mini Adrius.
Yep.
So that was a surprise to me when I read Lightbringer. I was expecting Pax and Abominadrius to be a bigger part of that book, but
I feel like Red God, that'll be the.
Yeah, I think Pierce needs to wrap up some storylines, and but they'll be the focus of Red God.
Yeah. All right, we're good.
For now, until my phone rings again. Yeah, we're getting into the heat of the day now, so.
Oh, everyone's realizing. All right.
Well, now I've got to.
Just tell them to turn it on and turn it off again. That always works.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll jump in so that we can hopefully get more segments in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's holding the whole planet hostage, and when he is nuking, he doesn't care. Like everyone else in the room is like, that's 3 million people. I think it's Cassius who kind of knows exactly the populations of like, that's 4 million just died. And Adrius is just like, no, I'll just keep going. Lilith is there, like gonna kill people no matter what. Like we can keep going. No regard for actual human life, which is a scary.
Well, and like Luna's not the planet he cares about.
No, it's Mars.
It's like Mars is my birthright.
Yeah.
Like, what does Luna matter to him?
Yeah.
It could be a Rhea 2.0 for all he cares.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just ants to him, not people.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is where then we get Lysander. Is like one good thing of the whole series is to like, call the Ash Lord, because the Ash Lord does not want Rhea to happen again. He regrets that, we learn. Rather than, I don't think Adrius would ever regret causing another moon to burn. Like, I don't. No. He's like, no, I had to do that. Rather than we learn that the Ash Lord had. Yeah.
It's funny because I voice young Lysander in the graphic order as well. So I'm having like a conversation with myself sometimes with Mustang. Like, call the Ash Lord.
About that. Yeah, that's right.
He will see reason.
Oh my Godfather.
Yeah.
Oh my Godfather.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I had absolutely forgotten that you're so good at all the different voices that is like...
I really, really would have liked to have played Abominadrius as well, but probably because I'd done Lysander, they wouldn't let me do that. But that would be... Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be, from an acting perspective, would be quite challenging to voice him.
Oh my gosh, you would have had so many conversations with yourself.
Yes, with myself.
That would have been great. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, so then when we finally do at least call up, the Ash Lord kind of comes and saves the day almost, and kills Lilith. We do,
Crescent would like point of order there.
Yeah, quote unquote. We believe somehow.
Yes.
But the Adrius's final death is very interesting, where I think it's the third time in the series you hear the quote of, on Mars, there's no gravity, or not enough gravity, so the loved ones pull the legs.
Where's
And
the other
then,
one?
so they say it says it right at the beginning of Red Rising, and then when he actually pulls Eo's legs, it quotes it again, so that you can remember that. And then this one, at the beginning of Morningstar, but then it talks about on this one of, well, no, there's not enough gravity on Luna, so it's even worse. And like nobody steps forward to pull the Jackal's legs because they let the loved one do it, and it's just the struggle that he's,
Yeah, and then Darrow actually kind of coaxes Virginia into doing it.
Yeah. But
yeah, I guess it's very interesting what would have been going through her mind at that point, because obviously she is sovereign at that point, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's like, well, how will it look PR wise if I go and do this?
Yeah.
Will I be seen as weak, by everybody, or sympathizing with someone that's just nuked 3 million lives? But
yeah,
I think, Darrow and Mustang, they're kind of each other's consciences sometimes, aren't they? And that, I don't know if she would have gone forward if she hadn't been encouraged by him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have.
No.
You think so? No, you don't think so. I missed that.
No.
Sorry. You don't know. I
don't think so.
agree. I think she would have wanted to, but would have been conscious of how that would look to people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a difficult, because obviously it's still the loss of her brother. Like that's still her twin that's up there, as terrible as he was. The suffering that at the very end there, like, but you have to make decisions of, as you say, what does this look like as the sovereign, and what is she holding against him? Of he did kill Pax at this point, he's killed all these other people, he's put Darrow in a box, right? Like, put her baby daddy, she thought he had killed also the father of her child, and all of that it's like the Jackal caused her a lot of grief during all of that. No real thought of her.
Yeah, the whole box thing I just find like the most disturbing part of the book for me. Like, how could anyone do that to someone? It's just harrowing.
Yeah. But
shows, it's just straight up psychological torture.
Yeah. And again, I think straight up shows that he doesn't see Darrow as a human, right? He doesn't see, especially the other colors, or again, anybody as like a true human. It's just, this is a toy I can play with and manipulate and push to its limits. And
And also, if he'd have realized that I was pregnant with Pax, or had given birth to Pax Jr., would he have gone after that child? Because he would think that was he was an abomination of our family line of the. So would he have? Had he known, would he have gone after?
Absolutely. Yeah, which I think Mustang kind of knows, because that's why he keeps Pax so under wraps. Not just because, and she talks about the effect it would have on Darrow, but also the effect of like, how many people will want to kill this, mix of Darrow, red and a gold. Yeah.
So many themes in these books, aren't there? So many interesting dynamics, which is why I guess you have this podcast, so you can discuss them.
And we're going for 3 years now. We've yet to run out of things to talk about. Yeah, exactly. We're just still going. So, absolutely. Awesome. Well, why don't we move then into kind of more into Iron Gold, but Iron Gold Dark Age, of the impact that the Jackal has on the whole story.
Yeah.
trying to remember because Iron Gold and Dark Age kind of blur into
I
one a
know.
bit for me. Because
too.
they're both quite political, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lots of political things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's all the Ash Lord's fault. He didn't confirm his kill.
That's true.
Because if Lilith dies on that ship, 80% of the events of Iron Gold and Dark Age and Lightbringer don't happen.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is a large portion is all caused by Lilith, who I think we kind of almost forget about because we're just fighting the two sides, forgetting that there is an entire other third side in this.
Yeah.
I mean, she's one of the only villains that I can think of that, you know, we've had since book 1. Everyone else has...
Yep.
I'm trying to think who else we've got that was introduced in book 1 that is still alive.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's still alive. Harmony was the other
we know
really
of.
long-standing one. Yeah.
Harmony, yeah. But she's definitely not alive now.
No, that is correct.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're assuming, but I mean, pretty much. I don't think you're going to get out that.
I feel like Victra would have confirmed that kill.
Yes, I think she would have.
It's very
just learning. Yeah.
And Severin might have wanted a trophy as well, so she might have, you know, gone and chopped some bits off for Severin.
Oh my god, absolutely. Yeah. But with Lilith is a fascinating character and am I right in thinking changes? I know she changes her look during the Triumph, and that's where it's like she's posing as the servant. But also, doesn't she do it during Day of Red Doves? She's like,
she's
hidden. We get that mirror of her being like, Lilith is just I can change myself for these. Yeah.
Even in she's in a Hyperion sanitation uniform, and Mustang says something like, even with those contacts, I would recognize that face anywhere. Lilith, my brother's dog of war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just crazy. And causes the entire... it's hard to say what is harder to... What causes more trauma is that or the death of Ulysses, but those are definitely the two probably most traumatic parts. What was that like recording? Like, what was your mental state after going through the Day of Red Doves?
Day of Red Doves. I found the narration actually harder than because we have, for people that don't know, any Mustang. I don't know whether to call her Virginia or Mustang now. Like, I feel that at some point she morphs into more Virginia than Mustang.
Yeah,
I kind of still call her Mustang. But we do Mustang's dialogue. With Dave Fernandez, the director, directing me, so that's done sort of over a platform like this. But the narration is done in my own time, so I don't have the direction for that. And it's a really odd thing to have to narrate your own trauma. Yeah. I think that's quite a unique thing that I've not really heard that much, but maybe it's because I'm not. I tend to read my books rather than audio books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was hard. It was the challenge is creating the illusion that you're in a massive forum when you're actually just in this little box here. And there's some quite vocally challenging bits in the Day of Red Doves, like when she's physically lifted by the mob. How do you convey that with your voice and with your physicality when you actually can't really move that much? But it's all breath control and and there's a fair bit of. I mean, I find it hard to listen to, but I don't always like listening to my own voice anyway. But yeah, that particular scene is hard to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the loss of Daxo during all of that, and then and
there's a particular thing where she lets out a forgotten what it's like, a disembodied scream or something like, I make a disembodied sound with my voice. And I was like, what does that sound like?
Yeah.
What would that, and I don't know how we agreed on what that was, but I mean, it is what we did in the final thing. But yeah, there was when I was preparing to do that scene, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do any of this. Like, I think the instinct just kicks in, and you just get in the moment, and you trust that the training you've done and the, mic technique and all those things, all those workshops you've done and all the preparation you've done will kick in and sound authentic. But I certainly was kind of dreading doing it, because I read the books way before we got to recording Dark Age. I think I pretty much read the whole series by the time we were doing Golden Sun or Morning Star. So it was always in the back of my mind that one day I'd have to do this iconic, dreadful scene.
Yeah. That must be interesting for you to be reading ahead and knowing, like, as you're reading it for the first time, of like, oh, what emotions am I feeling? What would I be going, like, so that months, or sometimes in these cases years later, it's like, okay, let's now put it into action. That's must be interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think I have to read the book again. Like, I read it the first time, and I'm like anyone else, I'm like excited to find out what happens next, and then I read it the second time, and I'm like, how would I actually approach this as an actor, kind of thing? Because I'm a fan. I'm a howler like everybody else, So yeah, I'm just, it's hard not to fangirl about things and get all excited, and then I have to remember that I have to actually somehow bring this to life.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Nice. Like Well, back to Adrius. What was it like recording all of the Abominadrius, as we all call him? Because that's always an interesting thing, where we get this, like, suddenly the jackal is back through his clone, which is a bizarre, so weird.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have played off the actual Adrius actor doing that scene. Unfortunately, we don't do that due to, it would just be so difficult to get everybody in the same session and different time zones and stuff. But yeah, I again, it's just using your imagination. But it's like, how do you imagine like a mini? I mean, part of me was thinking of like Austin Powers and Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. I was like, no, this is serious. But it's kind of like, I was just thinking like the Mini-Me kind of in a little matching outfit. This is my weird mind, but yeah, it's very messed up, and it's like, he's 10. Like, how much can you blame a 10-year-old? How much agency has a 10-year-old got? But then he's got Adrius's memories. Is he a normal 10-year-old biologically and developmentally, or has Lilith done anything else to him? Because if he's just like a normal 10-year-old, you're like, does he even understand what he's doing? But he seems to understand exactly what he's doing. So
yeah, there's a lot of weird how it all comes apart. Also, just the whole Lilith being mother, but clearly in love. Like, that's all just
it's
Oedipus
really
complex, or reverse Oedipus, however that works. But
there are not enough psychiatrists in the galaxy to work that one out. Yeah.
But then at the same time, he clearly, like, almost resents her. And, like, it's not like he treats her. Yeah, like...
He finds her disgusting, I think. Like, he would like to put her in the box with the... in the Iron Wolf with the... He says something like that, doesn't he, I think? Or says...
Yeah, he basically says, I asked her to make me the brazen bull.
A bull.
And I knew she would make me the wolf. And then he says, one day soon I will put her inside it.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that? What did that upbringing look like?
Yeah. And to be raised for kind
him,
of one purpose, right? Like Lilith is raising him to be his father. I don't know, whoever, like the jackal. Like, does it count when you're a clone as a father figure? I don't know how that works, but it's being raised for one purpose, and it's, you know, and then.
But he still is desperate for my love, though. That's the thing. Still wants that.
Yeah.
That connection.
Yeah.
Which is why I really want him to be redeemed in some way, but I don't know what that would look like. But if anyone can do it, it would be Pierce. But I feel that he has to be redeemed, because a big part of this whole series is that you're more than your genetics. You're more than the class that you're in, or that you can be more. You can choose to be different. And if he doesn't choose to be different, I feel like that goes against the theme of the books. But then we don't always get the outcomes that we want from people.
Absolutely. Well, and is Darrow, and especially Severo, going to let yet another kid live? Because they've already learned this from this is how we ended up with Lysander. It's not a we thought Lysander was going to be fine because he had Cassius, and it's like, well, I don't know, maybe you give him to the Telemanos and hope for the best, but I don't think it's a little late. Like, I don't think
just had Sophocles, it would have all been fine, you know.
Right? Right. The other cloned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's likely that Pierce will actually at least try and do some sort of redemption arc for him. Like, we already seem to be getting hints that that's maybe where we're going, with Mustang talking about her.
Source, because Dave and I were arguing about this in the session, and he was like, "Oh, who's the source?" And I was like, "It's Abomin Adrius." And he was like, "But that's not in the book." And I'm like, "No, but I think Pierce confirmed it, didn't he?" And it's kind of heavily.
It's kind of
I don't know if he's confirmed it, but yeah, it's definitely implied.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine the worst. And it's worse than that.
Yeah.
How is a 10-year-old getting all this? Is it because he's still plugged into the HoloNet? Because like that was what Adrius did, isn't he? Part of why he was so good and so successful is he had managed to take over communication channels and things like that on the HoloNet, so he had all this data and information. So maybe little 10-year-old Adrius has a chip off the old block in that respect.
Yeah, they've just kept everything alive somehow. Yeah. Well, and who knows how far the Bone Rider network has spread. And, you know, as we say, like, we almost forgot that there was a third side of this war.
Yeah, the whole syndicate thing is...
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see that coming. I don't know if you did. Who did you think was the syndicate queen?
I don't remember who I...
Yeah, I don't either.
But I feel like I had no, recollection of... It's like no good guesses, because you're like, oh, it's going to be this other new person, or it's going to be Harmony, maybe. Like, I was like, maybe it's Harmony is like working,
or Julia Albalona, or I don't know. But yeah, we think Lilith is dead, so we wouldn't have assumed it was her.
Yeah. Nobody's ever dead until we see the body. That's what we've learned.
Very true.
Honestly, even sometimes if we do see the body.
Well, yes, especially if it's cloning involved. Yeah,
cloning involved, or Severo.
Or if it's Severo.
I was gonna say Severo. Yeah.
Yes. I do love that.
There. I love that. And then he's coming back. I was listening
so
again
to that
today when he's like freaking out, and then Darrow and Cassie was like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "I'm having a heart attack. Like, you just hit me with stims. Like, what do you mean? What's wrong with me?" Like, it's so funny.
And so many people like go on Reddit because they stop reading when they think Severo's died, and they're like having a tantrum and throwing the book across the room, and we're like, just keep reading.
Keep going.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I know. It's so funny to try and talk to people who, like, especially if they're reading and they know nothing about it, like they've managed to keep spoilers away, because this amount of things that I Even I was talking to my boyfriend today. He's like, "Oh, who's your guest?" And I was explaining who you are, and like, but then we haven't read. We're halfway through the Institute, so he's only seen Mustang as like the girl across the like field,
in the locker room,
and he's like,
or the field, yeah.
And I'm like,
Stick
this
to
is
the city,
massive
Trixie.
spoilers that I'm telling you how important this character is. But it's funny because most people, I think, get a lot of things spoiled in this day and age in the internet that you're like, you know, all the fan art and all of that. That it's like, oh, yeah, well, clearly but it was funny that I was like trying to explain who you are. And be like, oh, yeah,
And
you
I
haven't
always
actually
struggle
met
with-
Mustang yet. Like, oh, yeah.
I always struggle with that when I share things. I'm like, oh, because I want to share bits of my work with people, but at the same time, I'm like, I haven't shared any clips from the Day of Red Doves because it's such an iconic part of the series. I don't feel I can share it, but it's some of what I think is like the work I'm most proud of, like as an actor, and yet I feel like I can't really share it.
Yeah, no, that must be difficult.
I mean, there is the option to share it, but as you know, a slide after, putting like spoilers
put some
for Dark
warning
Age
on it,
incoming. But also, I feel like
do that.
there is, to a certain extent, a statute of limitations on when spoilers are. Well, it's on you now. Rather than everybody catering to your lack of being spoiled.
Yeah.
Like Dark Age came out 7 years ago.
Oh gosh, did it?
Like almost exactly now.
Lightbringer was 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's always like, oh, Pierce, write faster, but he's actually churning out the books quite a lot quicker
Pretty
than
quick.
Some authors we know.
Yeah. We won't mention Mr. Patrick Russell over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're wondering whether we're going to finish Lightbringer before or after the graphic audio version. I mean, before or after Red God. I think probably we'll be finishing part 3. I would imagine around about when I expect him to be releasing it, but I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? I don't even think
I certainly don't have any advance information. I don't know. They don't tell me any of these things. So.
Yeah.
So nobody ask me because I don't know.
Yeah.
Going back to when we talk about Severo.
Yeah.
Lots of people have this theory, don't they, that the Abomination has reprogrammed Severo because he had Severo as a prisoner. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people think that Severo is like a ticking time bomb for
sleeper
him
agent.
to like, sleeper agent for him to do something. And so a lot of people are currently not necessarily trusting Severo, or at least during Lightbringer wasn't. I think I don't know. In my opinion, Severo's proven himself in Lightbringer I think would have turned during that, but we don't know. But yeah, there is theories that he was, as Hallerpod calls it, brain diddled, and something was he was messed up so that he might.
But then now that's such a common theory that I don't think Pierce would want to entertain it. Because he's like, well, I can't write that now because everyone's seen that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if it was going to happen, it was going to be during Lightbringer. But I think Severo, we've kind of proven, both him and Victra have kind of been through enough that the two of them just deserve to be happy at this point.
Just so many characters that deserve to be happy, yeah. Although Severo kind of annoyed me in Lightbringer. He was just like, when he was so grumpy and bratty, and I was like, But then that was designed to make you sort of really get behind Cassius and then have that taken away from you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's who we needed to happen, is have Cassius still alive, and he's failed with Lysander. We'll give you another child to raise, and did you learn from Lysander how to properly love and care for a child so that this one doesn't become a terror? That's what we needed, but we're not going to get that.
Like, I know, what did Cassius do wrong though with Lysander? What did he do?
I think a lot of it is just that he attempted to make him Julian. And like Lysander resents him sometimes of like, I'm not Julian. Stop. Like I am my own person. And it is interesting of, again, listening to this afternoon. Those are pretty much Cassius's words of like, I'll take Lysander. He reminds me of Julian. Like that is his motivation in that moment. But it's like, can we think this through?
But it was coming from a place of love,
It
though.
was. I don't think Lysander ever was gonna truly end up like he watched his grandmother be murdered in front of him, like
quite brutally. Yeah.
I don't think he was ever gonna really trust anybody on that side and not hold Darrow accountable in one regard or the other.
No. And again though, for a lot of Lightbringer, you think that Lysander's on a redemption arc. You start kind of liking him, and then nope.
Yep. Poor Hanger, 17B. Yep. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it's all wrapped up.
Yeah. I have no idea how he's going to do it in one book. I really don't. I kind of wouldn't object to it being two parts if it meant that we got more book.
Yeah,
but I don't think
that's the thing though, is it's already become 2 books.
Lightbringer,
because it was originally supposed to be Lightbringer was the end, and then it's now split into Lightbringer and Red God.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
So he had to already divide it because there is a lot of.
I think that was like summer of 22 or something. He announced that it was going to be 2 books.
Yeah. Because it was originally a trilogy, which is why we keep calling it like the second trilogy, and you're like, that contains 4. The second trilogy that contains 4 books. But I wouldn't be shocked if it's like 1,000 pages, because what, Lightbringer's 790, I want to say.
No, Lightbringer I think is 690. Dark Age is like 750 or something.
How do you know these things? You know the numbers.
I'm a problem.
But
you don't usually physically read them.
Lightbringer is 678.
Oh, 678.
I remember Pierce saying there was like a limit to what physically can be bound in a paperback version as well.
Well, he's still got 600 pages to play with. Like, I've read Wind and Truth.
Yeah, I was going to say, when we get Brandon Sanderson involved, it's the guy in...
Okay.
And Dark Age is 752.
752 is Dark Age. Yeah. Which is... I'm surprised you guys aren't splitting the longer books into more parts. They're just longer.
People already complain about 3. I can imagine if it was 4.
Well, I mean, like the Stormlight books are 5 parts each.
Oh, really?
Are they?
Yeah.
But at the moment, the plan is 3 parts.
3 parts.
That could change.
Yeah.
I still feel like you get a lot of book for your money. Like you get a lot of stuff for your money, even if it's in 3 parts. But
absolutely. And you guys do such a wonderful job with it that
thank you very much.
You get
it's so much more of a production.
Yeah.
So much is Dave. Like I'm always bigging Dave up because I just think he's such a big part of why the series is the way it is, because he's done the adapting, the directing, the sound design, everything, and so he's really been responsible for the signature sound of that world, which we're hearing for the first time. So I think he should get lots more credit for that. And I feel like he should be winning awards and things. And like I'm always like, Dave, submit yourself for these awards.
Yeah,
he's very.
Somebody
humble.
should be submitting him without his consent.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, with a lot of these award things, people don't realize, but even things like the Oscars and stuff, it's self-submitted. Like there isn't some external panel that decides what is worthy. People are submitting their own productions, so it is a bit of like, I don't know, a bit cringe, isn't it? Like forward, but
I think
otherwise,
yeah.
But I'm always encouraging him to like, you've got to put yourself forward for this. You've got to be in it to win it.
yeah, absolutely.
Got to give him his laurels.
Yes, he deserves it. He really does.
Well, and you guys,
he makes us sound better. Like he takes what we do and elevates it. So but the actors always get the credit, don't they? And not the people working behind the scenes that actually. Same with video games, like it's always the actors that get the attention when there's people, the programmers and people doing the art and people doing the sound design and all these. It is a team effort. That sounds like a cliche, but it really is like a big combined team effort.
Yeah, no, incredible. And you guys have got a few awards, or at least I remember you guys went to, and Pierce, that's how you met Pierce, right? Was that an award show?
Yeah, that's right. So Red Rising, the very first book, was nominated for the Audies.
Yes.
And they were holding it in Los Angeles that year. I don't know why, because usually it's in New York, but for some reason it was. So I think Graphic Audio invited Pierce and he came along. And I distinctly remember Dave, before we met, saying, because he knows I'm a big fan of the series, and he was like, Jenna, you do realize that when you meet Pierce, you're meeting as like colleagues, and there was this, basically it was like, don't embarrass yourself by being a total fangirl and being like, oh my god, Pierce. I was like, but it's Pierce Brown. I can't help it.
That's so funny.
And
God damn it, I will embarrass myself if I will want to.
Yeah. But he was genuinely the most lovely man, and I spilt his drink by accident. That was, and but with my lightning fast reflexes, I managed to get his jacket out of the way of the drink in time with my Helldiver reflexes.
There you go.
And luckily it was a free bar anyway. But it was just like, oh, I can't believe I spilt Pierce Brown's drink. Oh my god.
Well, Skipper headbutted him in the face. So.
I did him.
Oh yeah.
To say, if it makes you feel better, I smoked him in the
nose. That does actually,
yeah. He just needed to see my shoes, and that was directly after he had stolen my drink directly from my hand. So
he's a cheeky man. He is very.
It
cheeky.
all comes around. Yeah,
Yeah. No, like they say, don't meet your heroes, but he was like, he's lovely.
He's
so
amazing.
Nice.
We love him.
Yeah. But in terms of what we've been nominated for things, but we don't always win. Doesn't always go away. But I won something for I won Best Actor for Mustang in Golden Sun for the Vox Awards, which is like a voiceover awards thing. But yeah, I think they are going to put it forward for the Audies again this year, and there's another SOVAS Awards, and there's various industry things that. I mean, to be honest, like dramatized multicast productions are still reasonably new. Like it's still taking a while for them to be sort of recognized, and now I think that's where the industry will be moving. I think, well, at least people will be thinking of doing two versions. Or because I don't know about you guys, but I find it hard to suspend disbelief in any audiobook when it's a man putting on a woman's voice or a woman putting on a man's voice. I can't unhear it. I can't. So that's why I prefer to like read the physical books and just use my own imagination. But some narrators do it extremely well. But it's always
No, there's definitely ones that, especially if they're just going to put on like the high pitch voice, I'm like, no, I'm out. Some, as we say, do it really well, but then others, you're like, no, we didn't need it to be portrayed like that. Well, I hope you guys win all the awards and get all the laurels for the upcoming ones. That's exciting. That Lightbringer, I'm sure we'll get. What do we have a release for book 1 yet, or is it still in production? Well, you said it's still in production, but
I believe it's in November.
Okay.
And then part 2 was like 2 months after, which I think seems a bit ambitious. But I know that sometimes like the book is actually finished, but they don't release it because of some conflict with another book, or and I know that Dark Age Part 3 was delayed because one of the voice actresses for one of the main parts was unavailable to record for a while. So sometimes it's not anyone's fault. It's just loads of factors.
Yeah, things happen. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us to talk Adrius. And
I feel like I've gone off on so many tangents. I'm not sure how much time we actually spent.
We love it. But yeah, he's just such an interesting character, him versus Mustang. So I'm glad you came on to talk, because I think you have an inside scoop on Mustang's mind, at least having to live in her, it feels like. So thank you so much. That was great.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much, Jenna.
Thanks for the chat.
Yeah, and you're welcome back whenever.
Awesome.
Come back
when Lightbringer comes out, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, we can do that. So we're excited. Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks everybody for listening. This is the end of Morningstar. I only just realized that. So we'll have one filler episode, as we keep doing, so that we can bring a little bit of joy into all this death. And then we go into Iron Gold, which shockingly does not have...
We do still also have the chaff of this book.
Oh, that's right. You're right. The next episode will be with Harvest and all the deaths that did not deserve their own episodes. So there's a few there. But yeah, we're excited to then... Iron Gold shockingly has like 3 deaths in it. Like, it's going to be a short one before we get Dark Age and all of the deaths.
Yeah, we're going to be at Dark Age for 4 months.
I think so. Yeah. I have to do the math on that one. But yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.